Mm-hmm.
Cathedral's dead end.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, I'll meet you fair and keep.
Well, it's not a dead end if you get the DLC.
Yeah.
Good point.
So that's where they did the...
There's another point to access it though. I think it's in Soul Cinder area.
Alright, I'll put my password on.
You put your sign on?
Yep. I'll put it right between the door and the bonfire.
It's totally great in here.
We got dingbat.
Yeah, I know.
Did you summon me?
Yeah, should've.
Okay, yeah, no, I just wanted to make sure that, you know, sometimes it glitches and...
Yeah, I understand. So weird how the ember goes through the clothing, like the effect it kind of looks like.
Alright, well, I don't know if you want...
I already got that stuff back
Right.
there. Bring back there. I've not done anything else in this area though. You'll have to go back
No.
here.
Okay. I think it's like straight off of here. Or did you get it already?
I just got it. I'm gonna wait to cure my poison.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have poison too, so let's get to the...
Yes.
Well, that's Dark Spirit, so if you could heal me, that would be wonderful.
Did you do it?
Yep.
That's an ultra crit move. Don't let him hit you with that.
Go ahead and get your coal.
Keep an eye on the dark.
Mm-hmm.
Birate.
Alright, let's go.
I have loot like straight ahead of me.
Okay, go get it. I'll meet you at the start of where we gotta go to the fire.
The stone karma. Give me 2 seconds, cause I have to go get my Estus.
Mm-hmm. Damn it, it switched my shit. Go ahead and grab the fire.
Okay.
Oh, that reminds me, I want to hold on 1 second. There's loot right up here.
I'm gonna get some, what you call it in here? large titanite shards. Okay, this looks oddly suspicious. Yep, I found the dark spirit. He was transformed into a prop.
Let him sit by that dude. I can take this dude out really quickly. Where are you going? Do you want to go out there and get the rest?
Yeah.
Watch him.
Hey y'all.
What's up?
Just killed Deacons of the Deep. Killed the Abyss Watchers, and now I've got to go kill Walner to progress any farther. So yeah. How about you?
We're doing Farron right now with my lower guy. My new guy.
Nice.
Sure pokes a lot.
Oh, I'm gonna get hit by this. No, I'm not.
Do you see him?
Nope, he went up here. I'm just kind of taking.
Walner's gonna. Oh, also I figured out in the catacombs, you know how some of the enemies will respawn?
Yeah.
If their eyes are white, then they will respawn. If their eyes are red, that's their last wife.
Gotcha.
I'll just fall off the edge.
Yeah, I know.
You see anything that looks unusually white? I'm gonna get this other. Oh, I found him. Or if we don't have him trapped, though, I'm pretty sure. Oh, he just over the side.
Alright, let's go over here.
Yeah, let's get my bonfire. There's only one way he can, two ways he can get back up. You know what'd be cool if he could ignite the poison. Or they have like an
Alright, I see him. He's back in the left.
That would be pretty cool.
He's getting poisoned.
Yep, I see that. I'm gonna go
You guys
after him.
fighting Watchdog
Careful,
there?
I'm gonna stick here, kind of. Colin, you're welcome to meet us at the second bonfire in Farron Keep if you want to.
If I fail Walner, I will join you guys, because I would love the extra souls.
Dad, he's... Okay, yeah, he's serious.
God, Walner, keep your hand still. Your left hand's always the his left hand's always the hardest.
That's why I'd sometimes try and go for his left hand first.
I do too, because after a while, then he just breathed on me. God damn it! But if you take too long, he'll probably get on my sword.
Oh, bullshit. Yep, I'm dead.
Oh, you're summoning your things.
He's out of pots as well. Oh, never mind.
Is that Estus? Or Ashen?
Yeah.
Sorry, I
I'm
died.
screwed. Oh no, I'm not.
Did you
I
get
just survived
the?
breathe.
Yeah, I got the bonfire.
Okay.
Oh no no no. Please don't tell me.
I like them
There you
apples.
go. That's good.
I just crit him.
Oh, I thought that was both bracelets at one time.
He got me.
Where'd your other hand go? Way up here. Bring that hand back.
Nice.
Wow, peasant.
That's sheep.
Your title may be Lord, but
You got him.
Yep. He was so
No, no, no.
overconfident. He thought since I had a
No,
high
my
level,
God.
I was gonna suck. Guess what? I don't suck.
All right. Reset, and then I'll put my sign down on the other side. Okay.
Okay. What really helped me was him running out of pots and me getting that successful parry.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
Wait.
this target shield is amazing.
If I have souls out and come and join you and die, will my soul still be safe?
What?
Pretty sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Because, I mean, you don't lose souls when you're in another person's world, so...
No, but like I have them dropped. My question is, will I end up losing them if I die?
You shouldn't.
Where are they? In High Lord Walner?
Yep, it's. Oh, they're right there in front of his boss room. I'll meet you there in a minute if you want.
Yeah,
if you
they
want
should
help.
be.
Yeah, I'll meet you there
I
in
was
a
about to
minute.
say, I mean, if you were fighting any other boss, it wouldn't be like that, but since it's Walner.
Wolner is a weird boss.
Walner is a weird boss.
I like Walner.
Yeah, he's kinda cool.
I like him, but he just freaking like. I barely missed his thing, and then he started his walk thing where he walks forward, as I missed his last bracelet.
All right. Are you ready, Hunter, or no?
Hola. Well, Colin's gonna join us in like 2 seconds, so...
Actually, no, I have to fight Knight Sawyer Sword.
All right.
Then I'll be there.
Come this way.
We're not gonna get my bone shard first?
Just come up this way. Trust me.
Wait, hold on, there's something over here.
Damn it. Damn it.
Hold on, wait.
Oh, I thought that was a bad guy.
There you go.
Thank you.
They just scroll.
All right, you've got friendly giant, right?
Yes, I
Alright.
should have friendly giant. He helped me with Cathedral.
We're gonna have a big crab again in here.
Yeah, I remember. I just remember. I remember the big old crab. Oh.
Alright.
Okay, let's try him.
Did he hit you?
I don't know.
I made friends with him.
You're good. He was throwing it at the crab, probably. Apparently not. I don't know.
Oh no, he still tries to throw them. Look, he's still trying to throw them at the dead crab.
Was he?
I think. Yeah, he's not throwing them at me, or else he could hit me. Like, I'll stand here. Stand a bit.
Okay, right here. If you could heal me, and then I'll take my flask.
Yeah. No problem. I'll be there in 2 seconds. Wanna throw one of your spells in there?
I'm screwed. Oh no, he's about to slap me. Miss.
Orchard.
You should have named
He
him
was one of these
Abyssal
things, but he
Lord
was
Warner.
very, like, white, so...
Yeah, well, alright, let's go over here.
Oh
Should I
shit.
get Old Wolf Baron?
What?
Old Wolf Baron?
Not yet.
Old
You
Wolf
get that on the way back.
Baron.
Okay.
Now hold on a second.
Very close to poison.
Yeah,
I can help as well.
I know, but
What?
there we
You
go.
do agree on
You hit it first.
If I can get that first shot off, we don't even have to fight them.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Mm.
If you want to wait there while your poison goes down.
You should have named him Abyssal Lord Warner, not High Lord Warner.
That's
Oh,
the NPC.
Yeah, I remember.
Can you cure us? And then I'm gonna need you to cure me again. Oh shit.
You lost like 3 off your max.
Hold on. Yeah, I know. Hold on one second.
Are you gonna put on your blessed shield real quick?
No, I'm gonna put.
I actually forgot to get that. Yeah, I did. Forgot to shoot it down.
I'll be right back.
No.
This yellow finger dude is probably gonna be up here.
I don't know.
Come on.
No, see one of those goes.
Alright, come on.
Do you know where to get that stuff that's
Mhm.
there?
We can get it later.
Oh, he's right here. No, wrong pot. I mean, I still needed to drink that. So what's back here? Anything good?
There's a tomb back there, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, should I go get it real quick?
No, come on. I'll show you the easiest way to get it back there. And it's not from here, because you're gonna miss half of the stuff if you go down that way.
Okay. Where are we going now?
To the wolf thing.
Coming in?
Mhm.
Okay, poisoned. Yep, poisoned.
Just wait till right here, and then if you.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about it because this thing heals me up anyways.
Yeah, but it doesn't heal me, so.
It's your boy 527 here.
Yesterday we had Jeremy helping us, and it was one of the sorcerers, and his name was Magic Boy. Magic Boy.
Douglas or Jeremy?
Jeremy.
Okay.
Jeremy's sorcerer's name, Magic Boy.
Oh yeah. I was thinking Battle Mage because Douglas said he had a character that was like a fighting mage. I pity these sorry souls. I pity the fact that you won't give me another Farron ring to dispose of. Did you know that if you do the stretch out emote in front of the Firekeeper, she'll do, or, no, what is it? She'll laugh at you.
Nope.
And then if you do toast, she'll spin around.
That's
If
weird.
you do
There you go, Doug. Congratulations.
But then if you do Legion etiquette, she'll get pissed and like just like look at you with disgust.
I'm gonna do that in front of her as soon as I get it.
I'm not sure where you get it from though, honestly.
I forgot
You get
to.
it. I think you get it from. I want to say from.
Should I just stand back and let you do this?
Okay. I don't think my
Or do you want me to
fire
be
does
aggro?
anything. Oh, fuck. I just reset it. Damn it.
Douglas, you should be more than a little bit proud of yourself. That's insane.
Hold
many
on,
tries
my
did you
friggin'. I'm stuck in my
Just
friggin'.
wondering. Because I don't care how many tries I took.
Oh,
That's
bullshit.
insane. Done.
Oh.
He did. Kinda weird that he's one of the twisted souls.
Who?
Stray demon. And the
What do
other
you mean?
demon as well.
I mean, you only see 3 demons in the game. Yeah.
Knock, knock, knock. Who's at Colin's door? Did he say 100 or 10?
10.
I couldn't see. How many zeros?
I'm not-
Well, I can see.
It took me twice, and that was with Jeremy's help, since he's like over like 300 something.
Well, the second time was with Jeremy's help. The first time, didn't you try on your own?
I tried it once on my own, just to see like what the boss room was like and try to get his attacks somewhat down. I didn't hit him at all. Then Jeremy and I went in, and we died because of his little laser attack. Got us both. And then after that, we got him by like using an immense amount of charged heavy attacks. Like way too many that are acceptable.
I want to try something with this guy.
Do you guys think this game has too many bonfires?
No.
Why not?
Why would you think it does?
Because you get one from Walner, right? Right after, you get a bonfire. Right after that, you get a bonfire.
Hold on,
3
don't kill this guy. I'm
bonfires
testing something.
in the span of like,
Okay.
let's say, like, 10, like, not even 10 minutes.
I'm testing to see what my kick does. Because I'm trying to perform it. Okay.
I mean, no, because I mean, that's a boss bonfire.
Well, I can understand the boss one, but like the one right before the bridge
And then there's,
like that's, that one is not needed, because
unless you don't know how to kill the lizard.
Oh, look, it actually
It
did
hit
go
him.
through shield, but I don't know if that's because it was trying
Well,
to attack.
I mean, also, it's literally like not even that far of a walk from that one, from Walner to that one. So
But it's a new area.
So it doesn't do anything.
then
to
take
keep
out
you
the one
going.
in Central Ithril.
But then you have to run across the bridge every time. It makes that, huh?
Yeah, but a bonfire is like one of your very few save points, and getting 3 of them in the span of like 10 minutes does not seem.
But there's
like,
no enemies in between, so it's like, what's the big deal? As long as it puts you closer to the fight, why is it?
But then why have it? See, this game is supposed to be challenging,
No,
and
the
having
reason
3
that
bonfires in close
the
succession.
reason there's Walner's bonfire is so you can easily get down to where Smoldering Lake if you're having trouble with the demon.
I can understand that he gets one because he's a boss. That's how it works. I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
But the
and then you get one in
and then-
Ithril because it's the one
I'm
of
okay
new
with the
zones,
start.
and
Okay.
it's the stupid lizard.
Bonfires that I'm okay with. Boss bonfires, new area bonfires, but not like you've got the one before the bridge and you got Central Ethereal. Like, you don't need 2 bonfires.
Well, it's
that you
because of the
can
lizard
just-
guy. You're having trouble with the lizard guy.
But if that,
And
Then
then
you got a
imagine
bonfire right
you have
there.
to. Yeah, but
he's not a boss.
technically a boss.
So, like, he gets a bonfire right after him, but he's not a boss of any sort.
Right, but
Yeah.
if you, I think the bonfires are fine.
So
Ju-
has
ju-
Colin given in and gotten help yet?
No, I haven't. I did Catacombs by myself. Done everything by myself.
I mean, you're
Except I've
talking,
been
you're
No,
you're
but I
you're
did
talking
use
about
Henry
it
and
having too many bonfires now on your 5th playthrough.
Well,
You
yeah,
weren't saying that on your first playthrough.
It's not that exactly. But
Yes, it is. It's so
no. I'm saying it now because even on your first playthrough, that's still kind of absurd that you have 3 bonfires in a row, like 1, 2, 3.
Okay,
Like,
you're complaining about
found that a little
one
weird.
bonfire in a game of 30. In a game of 30.
There's not 30. Is there 30?
He's exaggerating. He's saying that in a
I
big
know,
game,
yeah.
you're complaining about one bonfire.
You know,
No,
I
it's
mean,
not
you
just-
can
it's not just
find
Ithra. Like,
you
this is
can
the first-
find stuff to be upset with the game about if you want, but it's like, you know, you're complaining about nonsense.
Dad hot.
I'm not complaining. I just want it to.
You're complaining. That's a complaint.
Dad.
I want to see less in Dark Souls remastered. I want that game to be much more challenging. 'Cause
Okay,
after
this
my
is one
first
of the most
playthrough,
challenging games that's ever been created.
I know, yeah,
And
but still, like
you
after
get
your,
raging
like, 4th or 5th
every-
playthrough.
After your 4th playthrough, it's too easy. Oh my god,
This is
4
actually-
playthroughs it took you to be too easy? That's ridiculous, dude. That's
Well, it's not that difficult. Like I literally cleared the catacombs in like 10 minutes.
okay
every
on your
single-
4th playthrough. How long did it
Yeah,
take
it
you?
was so-
And what if? And you're going on by the chance that you had help on the first
No.
4 playthroughs.
I'm actually on my 4th right now. First 3. Wait,
Okay,
wait.
well then the first 3, but you still had help. What would you have done if
But yeah.
Gerald hadn't given us help or told us where to go, or Alex,
had it.
or
I don't know. You'd still be stuck on.
you would be on your
Alter.
first one? Hey, Nicholas.
No, well, not
Thank you.
exactly. Because even though we still got a lot of help, eventually we would have figured it out.
Would we have?
Eventually, yes.
You would think. You would think. Maybe. Hunter, resummon me here.
Okay.
And
There'd be
reset.
a point where we understand the moves and get what's going on, look it up and everything.
I kicked you out.
But you're talking about playing through the 4th time, and you're complaining it's too easy. Go talk to.
Well, I'm saying, like-
I'd love to talk to you about 5 days ago, on your 2nd playthrough, when
Have
you
to
were
watch the
raging.
You don't even have to do that. We just have to watch the stream.
What I was trying to get at
Oh, that's
was
garbage. That's garbage.
the more playthroughs you know how in I don't play Diablo, but I've like heard from Hunter and you that every time you go through, like, stuff is different, like you unlock more stuff and it gets harder progressively.
Not unlock more stuff. It
Oh.
just you have different enemy variants.
Hey, Mr. Phoenix.
That's pretty cool.
But
But I mean,
it's
like,
that. Yeah.
Every time you go through, like, it gets progressively harder, but you know what to do. So if anything, it doesn't seem like it's getting that much harder.
Okay, so
just-
then what you're saying, you're not saying that it has too many bonfires. What you're saying is that you wish that it got harder as you went through it.
Well, I mean, it does get harder, and you can kind of tell that it gets harder. Like, enemies are harder, they got more health, they do more damage. But overall, you already know what to do. You got the weapons of the, like, let's say your first one through, you have difficult. It takes you, let's say, 3 days. Then your
The
second
first
run
run
through, you know what to
through
do. You
took
got
us a
your
month.
second-
Colin,
Yeah.
you wanna help?
No.
You wanna help with this?
The first run through took me over a month, and it took you at least a month.
But here's the
You
thing.
wanna help with Abyss Watchers?
Let me grab this bonfire real quick, then I will.
No, don't worry
The
about
thing
it.
is-
Just don't get all the bonfires on.
Yeah.
There's too many bonfires.
You know what? Then I will do that. The next bonfire.
I mean, nobody has. You don't have to light the bonfire. You can run right by it.
Oh, you can. But I'm also trying to get at, every time you go, the first time through, takes you immense long time.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what to do, you don't got any weapons. It's your first time through, you don't know how anything works or anything. Then, what ends up happening is, your second run through, you already have all the weapons, you somewhat know how the game mechanics works, and then the enemies are slightly increased.
Okay, I'll tell you what.
You're
Right?
slightly
No,
increased.
no. Listen, if you're
And-
that, if you think that it's that easy, start a new character.
Oh, no. Yes.
No. If
No,
you
no,
think
I'm
it's that
going to.
easy, start a new character
I will,
without
actually.
giving them any help from your other characters.
No, I will.
Colin,
I will completely do.
I've had help, and I'm kind of supporting Colin here, but I've had help, and I'm 4 hours, like almost 5 hours into the game, and I'm only at Baron Keep.
Start a new
I've gotten
character.
53 levels,
You're
like,
talking
53
about
levels.
how many different characters are there?
There's
Like 8?
8 or 9, yeah.
Okay. So that's 8
There's
first rounds
subcategories to
that
classes.
you haven't done that you could do.
But it's not that difficult. I already know how the game works. I already
Okay,
know how to
well,
count
let's see it.
everything.
Make an
So
assassin.
it shouldn't. What the hell an assassin?
Or
Assassin's
make one of the dudes
Assassin's the class I have.
make one of the dudes that doesn't start with anything. See how long it takes you with no help.
I will do that. But first, I actually do want to go and at least get Aldrich and get to the end of the game first. Which
You know,
shouldn't be too hard.
you're complaining because there's 3 bonfires right next to each other in one part of the
Yeah.
game.
Well, it's not. That's just for instance, because like that's the part I was at. Like, let's say the dancer, like you literally, you've got the first one in Lothric, in the High Wall of Lothric. Then you got the one after the shortcut, which I'm okay with because there's like an entire area in between. And
And then you have the one
you
that's
got-
the Vort.
Then you got the Vort, like just, but they're both bosses, so I'm okay with that. But like, literally right after the dancer, you've got the
Because
Lothric
that's the
Castle
gateway
bonfire.
into the next one.
There's no
There's
gateway.
4 different ways to go
It's-
when you get up that.
No, but like you've got the dancer, then you can go to the Consume King's Garden, Osiris,
Yeah, let's just
or
go.
Lothric Castle. But the thing is, like Lothric Castle is like right there, like right next to the dancer. I know it's the gateway, like that's the next bonfire into the next area, but
There's no bonfire down to the Consumed King. Except for...
no, but he's not that far.
But if
So, like-
you had it anywhere other than that, then you'd have to fight those weak knights every single time you died to the Consumed King.
Yeah, but I wouldn't really have a problem with that.
Okay,
It's
well,
really-
congratulations. You became halfway decent at the game. You're talking to it from somebody that knows the game and has done it 4 times. It's like, I don't know what you
But if
can't
this is one of
see
the
is
most
that
challenge- if
you
this is one
were
of the most challenging
horrible at
games,
this
it could-
game for like a month.
I'm not saying I wasn't. I'm
Okay,
just
but
saying,
then you
for
can't- so
the-
you can't
for the
look-
most challenging for the
You
most
can-
for the most challenging game created. It could be a lot harder than it is if it's the most challenging game.
For you.
That back run, roll.
Like in general, if this wanted to be the hardest game, there are many ways it's gonna be a lot harder. And like, I'm
Okay.
not saying it's difficult.
You
Like,
could, you
on
could,
your first
okay,
playthrough-
you're absolutely right. There are ways it could be a lot harder. You know what you can do? You can play blindfolded. There you go. It can be a lot harder.
Yeah.
So play blindfolded. I don't know what you're complaining about nothing. Quite literally. It just doesn't make sense what you're complaining about. and you're making an argument for it. You don't want to take a bonfire? Don't take a bonfire.
Douglas, I'm going to do that. I'm going to try that. But then I'm going to put a hell of a lot of points into, like, vitality. And, like,
Well, yeah, start from the beginning, though. Start a brand new character for that. You want it to be challenging.
well, yeah. What I'm going to do, I'm going to record every second of this new character. What it's going to be, broken straight sword for Douglas, and that one character that gets pretty much nothing to start out with. And then I'm going to play through.
Okay, well, and we'll watch you.
Thank you, Gerald. Like, if you think about it, you don't need. How do I put this?
You don't need to do anything in the game.
No, but like
You don't no. You don't have to get any of the bonfires if you don't want them. You can get one bonfire per board.
Oh yeah.
So do that.
I'm going to do that. Skipping that bonfire, and I'll get the one down here.
You know, I mean, you're talking about it. You're trying to say that from a perspective of 4 times through the game, and
Well,
now
not
that
even
you're
that.
good,
Like,
it is that.
but if you're looking for a game with real challenge, not saying this isn't challenging, but if you wanted a game with real challenge, like legitimate difficulty, this game is both it and not it at the same time. Because your first time through, you're definitely going to have a challenge with it. But also, once you understand what's going on, because most people, oh my god, how dare this bitch. But after an extended period of time, you're going to get to a point where, like, you're going to understand it even on your first playthrough. You're going to
Okay,
understand what
so
happened. And then
when you read a challenging book the first time, if you read it 3 or 4 times after that, it gets less challenging.
I'm not saying that. If you're looking for a game with real challenge, and you play this through your first time, and you never begin Journey 2, you can understand this game perfectly. Or, technically near perfectly. Understand it near perfectly, and still be, like, great. Like, your first playthrough, you understand what's going on, so it's not that difficult after your first playthrough. Or even on your first playthrough.
I still don't understand what you're getting.
This game is really just not that hard.
Okay. And you're wrong. Because you can say that now after 2 months. If it wasn't that hard, you would have said it after 2 days.
Colin.
Yes.
You mute my dad.
No, I can hear him.
Okay.
He's just wrong. If
Well,
if
how's
he
that-
had said
well,
this,
there's-
if you say this 2 days after we got the game, more power to you. Then you'd be right. But to play it for 2 months, which is a substantially long time to play a video game, after hundreds of hours, literally uninterrupted days of playing the video game, close to 2 weeks in a month and a half, you're saying it's easy. Okay,
Yes.
it's easy for you now, but it took you that long.
Well, it did. But also, I had to start from the beginning. Like, all the way back from the beginning. when I was
Okay,
on
and
my,
I've
like,
started
6th or
all the way
7th
back from the beginning 3 or 4 times because I made different characters.
And it's really just not that difficult. That's what I'm
I
trying to get
did
at.
it.
This game is not difficult.
Okay, you're right. It's not that difficult. It only took you a month to get to where it's not that difficult, but it's not that difficult.
It's really not.
You
Like,
spent
there were points.
you spent
I see what
over
you're getting. But there are
200
points-
hours, over 200 hours playing it, and now you can finally say that it's not that difficult.
Oh my fucking god. that was not towards you.
That argument doesn't make. You've played 10 days straight of a game, 240 hours, and now you have got the hang of it, and it's not that difficult. I would hope so.
Well, there were many times on my first run through where it was not that difficult.
Oh, really?
Like,
Because
really,
I seem to remember you begging for help. Oh, Alex, can you come help me? Oh, Alex, can you come help me? Oh, can you help me with this boss? Oh, I tried to do
Alex
this
wasn't.
boss for how long? I can't wait till Alex gets back. Oh, I need help. I need help with Aldrich. I need help with the Consumed King.
Are you saying you didn't need help?
I'm not. I'm saying it's a hard game. You're saying it's easy.
Well, to an extent, it is easy. Their concepts are not that hard.
Pretty funny.
You're wrong.
I'm wrong about this game being somewhat easy.
Yes. After 10 days straight of playing it, you can say that. You would have not said that 2 weeks ago.
Yes, I would have, because I still have like my it's my fourth. My still 3 playthroughs.
Doesn't matter. You were still frustrated. You wouldn't have said it 2 days ago. Gale and Madeira and everything else. Now that you've beaten them, you rage quit 2 days ago on an easy game. Then
Wait, when was this?
you were before Jeremy came in and helped you with Gale. Two days ago, at night, you rage quit because you couldn't beat Gale.
Yes.
So why are you rage quitting over an easy game then?
Why? Because there are parts of it that are very difficult. But
Well,
there are also
no,
parts that
it's
are
an easy
extremely
game.
Easy.
It's a game. It's an easy game. Why are you rage quitting over an easy game?
I'm not saying the entire game is easy. I'm saying there are many parts of it that are extremely easy for the hardest game.
That makes no sense. Of course there's going to be easier parts than others.
Well, excuse me, but I'm just saying, to an extent, this
It's
game
like
is,
putting a million-piece puzzle together, a million-piece puzzle. It's going to have 4 corners, so those are easy to see.
no, but there are also there are parts that are very difficult, and a lot of this game is actually pretty easy if you get the right stuff. And it's not that hard.
And it
to
only
get the
takes you
right stuff.
4 playthrough times to get the right stuff. Okay.
No, the first time through, you can get the right stuff.
So why are you
That's how
rage
you
quitting?
get-
Why
that's
are
how
you
you get
rage
the
quitting when
playthrough.
it was easy?
I'm talking about the standard game without DLCs.
Oh, now it's
standard
without the
game.
DLCs. Okay,
Oh no, I
so
was talking about without the Okay, if we have to add
within
DLCs in
3
this,
weeks ago,
too.
I'll go within 3 weeks ago that you were rage quitting on this Consumed King.
No.
Yes. You couldn't get by it, and I needed to help you, and we kept on getting killed not only outside to the knights, but the Consumed King.
But I wouldn't have rage quit over him because he's really not that hard as soon as you get his attacks.
Oh, really? So it took you how long to get that?
How long? Not even that long.
Really? So
No.
you didn't.
First time through, the Consumed King did not take an immense amount of time. It was relatively easy.
And the first time through, what about the Nameless King?
Well, that's just a pain in the ass. No. All right.
Oh wait, but no, it's an easy game.
No, but that's one of the hard parts I'm talking about.
Okay, but
Like,
you're
okay,
no,
okay,
hold on. There is going to be easy parts in a hard game. There is going to be there might not be challenges in an easy game because it's easy.
No, but from the bonfire before the bridge in Ethereal to Anor Londo, is not that difficult.
Oh,
It's
really?
really
Because you
not.
didn't need help with the two princes,
Two princes? Question mark? Question mark?
the twins?
Oh, the twins. Okay.
You
Well,
didn't need help with them like a day and a half ago?
no, I got them by myself yesterday, or day and a
No,
half ago.
the day before that, when you did it, you were looking for randoms to go in there with you.
But yeah, because if you're gonna make it
But it's easy. Why
easy,
why look for randoms?
because then it goes much faster.
But it's
And
easy. You
why
should
make?
be able to do it on your own.
Yeah, but if you can make it faster than it already is, then why make it slower?
But it's easy.
Yeah, it
It
is
should it
easy.
shouldn't it shouldn't
That
take
doesn't
you
mean
that
it's not
long.
going to take a long time.
No, if it's easy, it shouldn't take that long.
That's not necessarily true.
Admit you're wrong because it's not an easy game.
No,
Okay, so then you just breeze through. How many times did it take you to get through the tutorial?
like 3 times.
Yeah. And how many times when you got the game did it take you? Now that's the tutorial, right? That's just teaching you how to play the game.
Well, if you're talking about when I got the game, that was like 3 or 4 times.
And then the 3 or 4 times at our house that one night.
Yeah,
Okay, so that's 8 times it took you to get through the tutorial.
yeah,
A tutorial.
yeah.
The easiest part of the game. I see what Gerald said. And he should have kicked my ass. He's this wonderful player now. Or it has nothing to do with that. You can't say that it's an easy game after putting 250 hours into the friggin' game.
Well, you can. And even after putting like 100 hours, which is it's still an immense amount
You
of
were
hours.
rage quitting up until the 200-hour mark. I would put money on it.
Two,
Please don't.
wait. How much time do I have on this character? I have 68 hours on this character.
Hmm.
Like an hour on my other character,
And you had,
and
and you had
150 hours on the other character. So that's 210 hours. So over that 210 hours, this game got relatively easy and was an easy game.
shouldn't it be easy after 210 hours?
Yeah, no, but even before the 150-hour mark, even before before I got this character, before my game
When your
completely
game
went
reset,
by.
you were signing off. This game's trash. This game, that's trash. I can't play this game. I'm going to play Fortnite. Oh, my other friends are coming on.
Oh no,
I'm going to play with them.
I don't have that many friends actually.
But
It's PS4.
I'm going to play Call of Duty.
Well, yeah, because eventually this game gets boring.
But you're not. You were rage quitting back then. It wasn't because it was
Yeah,
boring. You were raging.
yeah.
Okay. So you were raging through 150 hours.
Not a whole 150 hours, but
No, but there are easy parts, and then it's back downhill. It's gonna be easy. My point is saying something's easy after you've done it for two. I mean, okay, let's put it to you this way. Let's say pick anything in the world. Skydiving. The first time you do it, it was probably pretty hard. If you do it for 250 or 150 hours, you probably are a little easier with it.
well,
Let's
yeah.
see. Let's see
But
what else.
your first,
Building computers. The first time is a little difficult. But after you built 250 or 150 of them, it gets easy. Name something difficult.
Destiny 2.
Okay?
No.
Complete the game 150 times or put 150 hours worth into the game, and it should be relatively easy.
No, but even before the 150-hour mark, it was easy. Oh, that voice crack was horrid. There are parts of it that
You
they're
can't
saying
say
that the
that
first.
before the 150-hour mark it was easy and then say the DLCs are hard. It's a
Well,
part
that's
of
an
the
extension of
game.
the game.
It's a part of the game. You
And they
can't.
happen to be some of the harder parts of it.
Okay, so it's some of the harder parts. That's a given.
No, but if this game is hard, Champion Gundyr should have more health, do more damage, should be able to one-shot. If you think about it, if you want this game to be truly, truly difficult,
Okay,
make it so that all the bosses have a one-shot potential.
do
When you're,
you
like,
do
leveled
you
up correctly.
realize anything about the real world and marketing, and that in order to sell something you can't make it impossible?
No, I'm not saying it's impossible, because after a period of time of going on a boss like a couple hundred times, then you're going to end up understanding how to kill that boss without getting hit. I bet I could go through the tutorial, Champion Gundyr, or not Champion, Idex Gundyr without getting hit once.
You could go through the first Gundyr, the tutorial. Well, you should be able to. You've been playing it for 100 hours. You couldn't do it that on the first time.
I'll do it my first time on this next character. That's
No, like you couldn't do it the first time you played it.
Yeah, but eventually I would have gotten it, because, like, after a game like this, that's supposed to be insanely difficult, the bosses are, oh my god, a lot of the bosses are not that difficult.
Name one boss
Like,
that you haven't gotten help with.
Wart.
I
Other
helped
times
you
I've
the
never
first
gotten-
time you went through.
The first time, but the second and third, no.
Okay, no, I said name one. If the bosses are so easy, name one you hadn't gotten help with. Actually, I can. Gundar, because you can't get help with him. But other than him, it took you 8 times to get through him. But he's the tutorial.
Aldrich.
No, he needed help with Aldrich.
Actually,
No.
no.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. You needed Alex's help with Aldrich before I knew how to get through to him, because me and Hunter beat Aldrich first. It's easy to say something's easy after you've done it for a while, after you know what you're doing. If you repeat the same thing, it's gonna be easy. It just doesn't make, what you're saying doesn't make sense. Alex, remember Alex was the dude that gave me like 1.4 million souls that one time?
Yep.
No, Gerald is.
No, Gerald was there because Gerald was the one that was.
No, Colin said yup. So I didn't know.
Oh yeah, no. Alex is the dude that like ran me through the Nameless King and everything else a while back.
Don't you know, Colin with half is his first playthrough.
Unless we got help from Gerald, you wouldn't have gotten to the Nameless King because we couldn't figure out how to beat the dragon. And that's not even a boss.
We would have figured it out. Actually,
That
it
is
is.
a boss, technically.
You might not get a twisted soul, but it's a boss.
If the health bar comes up at the bottom, it's a boss.
Okay. So, okay, it's still a boss, but eventually,
I see what you mean.
you know, yeah, if you look up stuff, but you can't sit there and like look up stuff and get help with things, and then once that other people have shared their knowledge with you, look and go, oh, well, that was easy. If it was so easy, you should have been able to figure it out on by yourself. And with all the times that you've rage quit, you personally rage quit over this game.
Yes.
You shouldn't be. And I'm not even talking about multiplayer. I'm talking about single player on your own rage quitting. If you do that on easy games, then you need some help. Good point.
Colin, are you still there? Colin.
He's rage quitting over how easy it is. I'm sorry, that was mean.
Killing Pontiff Sullivan.
Well, it's easy, so you should have been able to answer.
I don't know what to say. Gerald, how should I face this right now? I don't know what to do.
Gerald, may I ask
I don't
why?
know. I don't know why. If I should step in and split up the argument, or if I should let it go for as long as possible. What should I do?
Do whatever you want to do.
Anyone want to help me with the catacombs?
I can help you.
No, Gerald, why am I your hero?
Hear us.
I would like to just see Colin start off as the naked guy and see.
That's the best way to put it, naked guy.
See how far you get.
Oh, what kind of move is this? Oh, that's nice. Real nice.
I think Douglas has a very reasonable approach to this argument right now.
My point isn't that it's not easy at points. My point is you don't come out and rip a game for being easy after just getting it after 2 months.
Well, I'm not ripping for it being easy. I still love this game. It's still an amazing game. But for a game that, for the difficulty that this game has been proclaimed by players and other players, and how just stressful and intense it is, or at times it really is, like, no doubt about it.
But
But if you
then, what are
actually
you?
if you think about the dynamics of the game, the mechanics, the system of the game, it's not that difficult. Not the enemies could be difficult, and there are definitely difficult parts of the game. But the mechanics of the game, the way the game is played, and figuring out a playstyle, figuring out the weapons, that is not that difficult.
Okay, but what I'm trying to tell you is and I don't really care either way, but every video game has a similarity to this, or you can draw your similarities in any video game. But you can't sit there and rage as much as you have, and then when you've come to terms with how it works, call it easy. Just because you have gotten it, that doesn't mean that it's easy. And
Well, I'm not
even
just saying it's only me. If you start out the game, like
Mhm.
on the naked character,
Mhm.
and you play through it at
Garage.
least once,
Mhm.
you will understand the mechanics,
Okay.
at least start to at least, and then you, if you, are you, you're thinking about overall game. I'm thinking the mechanics of the game, and like how you kill people, how you play through, that is not that difficult. The
But
mechanics of the game,
all
the way
it
the
makes
weapon
up the
works.
game. Everything that you're talking about makes up the game.
Yeah, and like the mechanics of the game, and that's not that hard. The enemies can be difficult, but the mechanics of it's not.
But even uh, dude, my point is you're not getting my point. Okay? And the
Well,
fact that I have been telling you that there are some easier parts to the game, you're not listening to.
well, I
My
know
point
there are
is,
easier parts of the game.
what's that?
I said I know there are easier parts of the game.
But you can't sit there and be like, oh, well, this is an easy game. It's not really that difficult for all it's meant to be. After playing as much as you have, if you would come up and you would set it a month ago, you set it a week after you got it, you set it 2 weeks after you got it. If you didn't rage quit 2 days ago, then you
No,
could
I'm
set
not
it.
saying.
But you can't call it an easy game just because now you have it. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you?
Kind of.
The, you have to pick one of two. You either can't rage quit over the game, or it can't be easy. You can't have it's easy and you're rage quitting over it. It doesn't. How can
And I
you
see
do
what you
that?
mean there.
Huh?
I'm not saying that.
And then also, like, how can you proclaim something's easy? I mean, do you think that somebody that, I don't know, pick anything that somebody has 2 or 3 weeks into that they're trying to get? I would hope it's a lot easier by that point.
The weapons, the armor, the way the enemies move, not that difficult. The enemies themselves are difficult, but the actual way you fight them, the armor you use to fight them, the weapons you use to fight them, the way
So
you
what
fight
are
them
you
is not
planning on?
that difficult to understand.
Why would it be difficult to understand?
Why would it? Because apparently it's a difficult game. If it's a
That
difficult
the
game, then it
enemies
would be
make it a
difficult to
difficult
understand.
game.
The enemies do, but that's only the enemies make it slightly difficult. But if you understand the way this thing works, then it's really not that difficult.
And it took you a month and a half to figure this out.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand how chess works. You understand how chess works?
Yeah.
Do you think it's difficult? Because I sure do.
Also depends on who you're playing against.
Okay, so we haven't even gone into the human aspect of this.
Hey, Dad, did I tell you that Mom's on her way home?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you mean exactly by human aspect?
Well, I know like that you're the greatest PvP person in the world, but you know, you are now. I didn't realize that you had been ranked number 1 yet.
I'm not.
Well, if it's easy, why not?
That's a completely different aspect of the game. If we're talking about PvE, then this game is super, not super easy, relatively easy. If you're talking about
Okay, well
PvP,
then if it's
to an
super
extent, that's
easy
also
or
easy.
relatively easy, why aren't you number 1? Are you just lazy? Is that it?
That's actually extremely
I know. I'm just asking. If wouldn't you want to be number 1 if you could?
Yeah.
So I mean, you're. My point is that it's very small-minded to call something easy after you played it for 2 months. Oh, I know he kicked my ass. And that's fine. Actually, I did better than I thought I was going to do.
Yeah, he actually got me pretty good with the Wolf Greatsword. Like, I was not expecting him to do that. And I'm not saying you're bad yourself, but the PvP that we did, you got me pretty good and I got you pretty good. But I'm putting my controller down for this. The game, you can understand the mechanics in the tutorial. You can understand how this game works in the tutorial, in like your first playthrough.
Then why didn't you do it?
What exactly? You mean why didn't I get it my first playthrough?
Why didn't you do your first playthrough without any help?
Because if you can make
Why
the
did you
game
wait for
easier,
people
and
to
if you
help
can...
you?
Why? Because I could.
But that doesn't even make sense. Why wait around and waste time?
Because that time wasted when you have someone else helping you, or making it go faster, it's much
That
quicker.
was like you did it. You were waiting for like hours.
That time
And
is waiting for people.
but you were waiting for. That doesn't make sense. You were literally waiting for hours. You would wait a whole whole gaming day for for somebody to come on to help you with. I can't get it, and I quote from
And that
whoa,
entire
hold on.
time,
I quote from Colin's mouth. I need Alex because I can't get by this.
yes.
So then, if it's easy, why couldn't you get by it? My point, you're so missing my point. My point is you can't do something for any amount of time and then expect anybody to say it's not difficult. You're generalizing. That's like you're generalizing a perceptual thing and everything else. You know, it's like you looking at your homework, right? And somebody that having trouble, you read a book in 2 days. Well, somebody else can't read that book in 2 days, and they, they have to invest their time in it. Just because it ended up being easy now, why can't you admit that it was hard when you started?
Because to an extent, it wasn't.
Okay, so then you just rage quit for no reasons. I mean, that's my thing. Why rage quit if it wasn't hard? You know, yeah, okay, you're right. There is easy aspects of the game. I know how to walk around. That's pretty easy.
No, it's not that. Like, fighting is not that difficult.
Okay, then if you got the game down so much, why did it take you so long?
Jesus Christ. Because the aspects that were hard were extremely hard. I'm
But
not saying that your first time through, the hard aspects are going to be super easy. I'm saying that the hard aspects are definitely hard your first time through. The easy aspects are super easy. Meaning,
easy
like, the
as
way you
what's
fight and
easy?
stuff.
Understanding like different armor gives you different buffs. What are you trying to say is easy then?
Pretty much everything in this game other than the enemies to understand.
So now that you've spent that time, you don't think that that has anything to do with why it's so easy to you now?
Yeah, a little bit over 2 times 0. But
So am I getting that correctly?
yes, and I'm not saying the first time through is very difficult, but it's also not.
But the reason why give me any reason why you say that it wasn't.
Why? Because fighting wasn't hard.
Really?
Understanding
Because I
understanding
remember
moves
your
was
first
hard.
playthrough, and you rage quitting multiple times. So why would you rage quit? Give me an example of you
No,
finding it easy the first time that you were through it.
fighting is easy. Fighting the enemies is easy. Understanding the moves is much more difficult.
That's all in one. Those aren't two separate things.
To an extent, they are.
No, they're not. Because
How are they?
in order to fight the enemies, you have to fight the enemies and know what they're doing.
You don't have to know what they're doing in order to fight them. I can go up to an enemy and just keep R1, R1, R1. I consider that fighting. Using your
Okay,
weapon
and
to hit an enemy
how
and
did that
inflict
how
damage
did
to
that
its
work
attack.
out?
That's
How
fighting.
would that work out for you?
Pretty good.
Really? Just spamming R1 would do that. There's a challenge for you. Just
Yeah.
spam R1 the whole time.
Well, I don't use
Because I don't
shield,
think
but I guess
well, no, because it's easy.
yeah.
That's what you just clarified easy as would be spamming R1 all the time. And that's all you'd have to do.
Yeah.
So do it, and prove me wrong that can win the game.
Okay. You know, once I finish and be able to begin journey four, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go onto one of those like super naked characters. Go. Oh, that's a new ring. I'm gonna go. One bonfire per area, or that will be the area bonfire and then the boss bonfire.
How do you look at the chat earlier on? Hold on. How do I look at the chat, Hunter?
Go to stream settings. Broadcast settings, sorry.
That's okay.
View comments. Should be able to scroll up.
How does I want to view that comment though?
What do you mean? What do you mean you wanna? What do you mean you wanna view that comment?
I want to review the whole thing. Oh, okay. Hold on.
That is the whole thing.
And that's my point. Oh, Jesus. That was my point. That's kind of my point, Gerald, is that I know that we were doing stuff wrong. And the reason why we were doing stuff wrong is because it was hard. And even to this point, if it was that easy for things, then as much as even a couple of days ago, Colin was asking for help.
Well, yeah.
But it's easy, so if it's that easy, then it shouldn't need help.
Oh, wait, Hunter, do you mean, like, you're just starting the catacombs, or you have the catacombs bonfire?
Well, you two are arguing. I got the first bonfire in the catacombs.
Ah, fuck me. I mean, I recall you not even being able to find stuff yesterday in the undead settlement.
Yeah. That's because that stuff wasn't needed. If it's not needed, then you don't have to get it. Getting it's extra. Getting any covenants, that's extra. You don't have to get those.
You don't have to do anything. You can turn the game off and you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the first round of the game, you speed ran it.
Mm-hmm.
And you just ran by everybody, so you didn't even have to fight people.
No, it wasn't that. It's because all the vendors, they're spell-based. And if I'm not playing that playstyle, then I don't need to get those playstyle-based people. They're not needed.
But in this game, okay, wait a second. Because in this game, they are needed.
Are you saying that all the vendors are needed?
Not all of them.
There's only 2 vendors that you really actually need.
Okay. Which ones?
That would be the Firekeeper. Wait, would you consider her... I consider her a vendor because she gives you levels. The Firekeeper and the Blacksmith.
Okay.
You don't really need anyone else. So why get anyone else?
Technically speaking, you have to get Area of Londor if you want to get an ending of the game.
That's true.
Which means you have to get what's-his-face first.
I.
Oh, apparently the only two you need is Gerald and Geraldini.
Geraldine.
Geraldini. I prefer that.
Did you have to call in while you played? That is very true, Gerald. But
What? Oh, that's... Oh, it's only one this time? Oh, bullshit. Hey, you know, I mean, if you find the game... You think the game's not that hard? Oh, come on. You know, I mean, what do you define as easy? Hunter, once I get down here, I'm coming to you.
finding easy.
It's fine, I can probably get this zone on my own. Except for Smoldering.
It's fine. I'll come help you.
No, I gotta go do that bullshit. If I have to define easy, something that does not require immense skill.
Well, then why weren't you great when you first started?
Because I didn't have any of the skill. I'm not. It doesn't require immense skill to play this game.
It doesn't
But I
really
didn't have. But I didn't have
require
the skill
immense
to play
skill
it.
to play any game.
The first time it took me so long is because if I have to define easy, something that does not require a lot of skill. This game does not require a lot of skill. No game requires a lot of skill.
Okay.
The reason it took me so long my first time to go through is because I didn't even have the skill necessary to play.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you to begin with, is the reason why you find it easy now is because you've done it for so long. It's what I've been saying since the beginning. And just because you find it easy now doesn't mean it's always been easy. Which is exactly what I've been saying since the beginning.
You know what?
Anytime you're ready to just admit that I'm right, it's fine. No shame in it. Happens all the time.
Well, to an extent, you are right. And I do have to say that you did make valid points. But you also have to see that I'm right. Because the first time through it might take you a long time because you don't know what to do or anything. But after killing Idex Gundyr, the rest of the game is not that hard.
Which is
Like,
why I told you, said to you earlier, that once you've played and got the knowledge of playing, now it's easy. Whatever, you've been threatening to buy a PS4 forever. Ain't listening to you, Geraldine. Geraldine's here early. It's almost the weekend. I mean, that's what I've...
You know,
That's all I've been saying. It's easy for you to call it easy now because you've been doing it. Oh, you fucking whore.
Ooh, that's a new one.
Oh. Damn it.
It's fine.
I'm just trying to get to this stupid bonfire and pick up my souls. Plus, since you're invaded, should be easy for Colin to take him out.
Colin's not here. Neither of you are here.
Okay. You
There you go. That was a nice one.
were right. And I am also very partially correct as well.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You said
Are
that
you
it
saying are you saying that this game was extremely okay? So if you read reviews about this game, are you saying that this game was like the most difficult game? The most difficult game. It kind of sounds like
the
you and
most
everyone
difficult
else
game
trying to
that
say.
what? You're not comparing it to
No,
anything.
just in general. Just in general. Because it
This is
sounds like
probably the
you.
most difficult game that I've ever played. As far as, yeah, I mean, it's. I don't understand what you're comparing it to. You know, is it
Any
more?
other game, to an extent. This
What
game is
game?
easy. Any of them.
Okay, it's harder than Mario Brothers. It's harder than Mario Kart. I mean, you know, Go Fish is easier, I guess.
Hey Colin, is it harder than trying to beat me in arms?
You know, you're saying it's it's the easiest game of what? And what I'm trying to tell you is that you can say that now, but when you're raging over a game, I admit that this is hard. That's why I rage over it, because it's a challenge. That's what I like about it. It's a challenge. Are there parts of it that are easy? Sure. But that's with anything. You know, I mean, I don't know how to tell you that. And you can't say that it was easy for you at first because I was there. Gerald was there.
It
It's
was
kind of,
difficult for me my first time. But even on this fourth run through, everything gets boosted up. You're boosted up. The enemies are boosted up.
yeah,
Technically, it should be the same difficulty, even if you know what's going on.
no,
It should still be hard.
it's not
Yes,
because you don't
if
have
the
the,
enemies get boosted and you're
you,
technically considered a low level for the time you're on, then it is a it should still be difficult.
Can I interrupt this argument for 2 seconds here?
no, I finally got this guy.
Okay, well,
Where are you
I'm
at?
going once, going twice for going into High Lord Walner.
I'm coming right to you right now.
Okay.
Hunter, you gotta start pasta.
Try.
Walnut, right?
Yeah, I can't sign off here though.
No, it's fine. Just give me 1 second. After a period of time, you lose the credibility of it being difficult if you've done it over and over again. Because if it wasn't difficult, you would have had no difficulty doing it before. And that's my whole point. I gotta go outside the door because I can't do it in here. Okay, Hunter?
Okay. Well, Mom's already home.
I have it on backwards, don't I?
I think so. I figured we'd just make egg noodles and eat the beef.
I was gonna make mashed potatoes. Or egg noodles for breakfast. The beef actually tastes pretty good. Had some cream easy. The whole drive.
Gerald, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, you need to stop arguing with the 12-year-old. I heard about that.
Do nothing.
Come hang with me.
He went to the Harris Teeter today.
I know.
How do you know?
Because it showed in the bank.
I had a feeling you were going to check it. Why? I was drinking orange soda.
Check your sugar for me, though.
I'm going to help.
It's not a...
All right, I'm just going to help Hunter first. Because I was promising Hunter I would help him. That's what I've been trying to say. All right, you ready, Hunter? Do your thing. Oh no, there's a big skeleton here. Shit.
He's breathing.
What's that?
He's breathing.
Oh. That he's breathing. Good job, dude. You took that out quick.
Yeah, because I'm using the Farron Greatsword. That's his weakness. And then I just do the wombo combo with a full stamina bar and it gets him.
What?
You were in his chest.
I wasn't, though. It wasn't even foggy yet.
It doesn't matter if you were on the edge of it.
Yeah, I didn't see it building up. You got it.
Gosh dang it.
So anyway, one of the things that I wanted to know is, and this goes out to everybody that's viewing, there you go. You got it. Good job. What do you guys think about the remastered? Do you think it's going to be better? Do you think it's going to be any different? Is it just going to be different graphics? Are you going into Ethereal or are you going to go Smoldering Lake?
I'm gonna go smoldering.
Okay.
But you can't help me with this part.
Yeah, I know. I'll go down there, though. I'll meet you by the next bonfire, okay?
Okay.
Ooh, that's new.
The chest is after me still.
He, like, when I did him this time around, he, like, two-shot the chest. It was horrible. Okay. You might be able to bring me in if you go to the next bonfire. Because it didn't... I wrote my name down, and it didn't go away when I went into that room. There you go, good job. Are you going to stop there, or are you going to keep going?
I think I'm stopping there.
Yeah, I think I'm going to call it an episode and go back and help Jen. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and we'll see you on the other side. Have a good day.